Johns Creek doesn't even want bus rapid transit.
And
no, well, they kind of want to preserve, and I can understand that. They want to preserve basically their suburban marketing program because it's a quality of life issue.
Then the other thing that happened this week at the state capitol that was of most importance, we've talked about it a lot before, but the House got its version of the transit bill for Metro Atlanta. Same deal, 13 counties under some sort of an umbrella organization. It would, I guess, follow Brandon Beach's idea that there would be MARTA under some, there'd be a 13 county governance board.
It would be the ATL, the Atlanta Transit Link.
Yeah.
And yes, MARTA would be under it. I think it's an interesting start of a conversation. You're right, 13 counties would be participating. The kicker is how to fund all of this. And would some of the counties want to raise taxes to do it?
You know.
Well, also with Fulton and DeKalb having been in there for 40 years, how are they going to fare in terms of the finance as well as the governance?
Right.
Spoken just like the folks up in North Fulton County. Well done. Commissioner Liz Hausman said that. Wait a minute, what do we do with the investment we already have and hadn't served us? Mike Bodker in Johns Creek, right?
And then also, let's not forget, I mean, the MARTA Act was put in place in 1965, and if we look at what just happened in Clayton, when Clayton County opted into MARTA and they created an escrow account for them, the way that the MARTA Act currently reads, and it's been revised many, many times, but it allows counties and areas to basically come into MARTA, and you just have to put it to a referendum vote. And so one of the things that's going to come up is, how do we make sure that we're looking at a MARTA Act that's been put in place that gives counties like Clayton a full opportunity to opt in, and it creates an escrow account that allows that county to make sure that they're receiving the funding.
That's a good point. Also, we have to talk about the governance. Now, there would be a board made up of representatives of these 13 counties. The MARTA board would stay put, but I think there's some details that have to be worked out as we go forward here.
Well, there are, and also I think worth pointing out is when the bill was introduced, Charlotte Nash of Gwinnett County was there, and a couple of Cobb commissioners were there. So, and also Charlotte Nash in her State of the County address in Gwinnett said economic development and transit were the two major issues. That's a whole different tune than we've heard from Gwinnett since the MARTA Act was passed in 1965.
You're right. And you know, it was originally by former Governor Barnes, it was originally Greta to be the lead dog for transportation planning. That never worked out. This is what you're referring to. This,
as I love to say on this broadcast, Governor Barnes created buses.
Okay,
Greta, he ran buses.
But my point is that never worked, and so this ATL, this Atlanta Transit Link that we're talking about now, is supposed to be now the new lead dog with financing tools and all of that, which frankly, we need more coordination as we deal with a growing population.
But the chairwoman in Gwinnett County coming out and basically saying that she really wants transit is very happy. I'm very happy for not only Gwinnett but all over the region, because they've found transit religion. But I think to the point that I'm making is that how do you do this at a time where you already have a MARTA Act and you have a good, efficient MARTA in place? And what are you going to do about some of the other counties that are outside this scope, and how that they continue to want to expand transit?
And they have to vote or not vote on it.
Right. And remember that MARTA stands for Metropolitan Atlanta Transit Authority, and that could be the governance board for the whole thing.
So a lot of people think this is redundant. A lot of people think that we are actually having a conversation that doesn't need to really be had, because we already have a transit regional system in place that all you got to do is adhere to just join it. So that's another thing that's going to come up in this argument.
Well, but I don't want to be parochial here, but it seems to me that opposition is building in North Fulton. And everybody just assumed that North Fulton wants rail up 400, right? No.
Well, it's not just rail. They're talking about mass transit, public transit buses.
Johns Creek doesn't even want bus rapid transit.
And
they kind of want to preserve, and I can understand that. They want to preserve basically their suburban marketing program because it's a quality of life issue.